This is an embarrassment.
Metropolitan Crime Commission President Rafael Goyeneche says he still has questions after the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office released a timeline Thursday of the mistaken release of inmate Khalil Bryant.
One, when did the sheriff's office realize that they released the wrong person? And then how long did it take for the sheriff's personnel to alert the sheriff?
That's why Goyeneche says he's calling on an external agency to conduct a separate investigation into how the release occurred.
The sheriff's explanation for it and justification for it, I think, falls short of what really transpired in this.
The sheriff's office's timeline of events lays out a more than 4.5 hour gap between realizing Brian was out and notifying the public. The sheriff's office says that's because it has a duty to weigh the risk to public safety before starting public alerts, and it didn't want to send Brian into hiding before checking his known addresses. The sheriff's office went on to say Brian was not an immediate threat to the public and was in custody on primarily nonviolent charges. But in that same sentence, it acknowledges Brian has a history of violence, saying he had already bonded out on his previous violent offenses. Our own investigation uncovers Brian was convicted of violent charges and had a warrant out of Orleans Parish for aggravated assault.
That is a violent offender. And when this person is released, common sense and decency would say that the sheriff needs to immediately notify law enforcement.
The sheriff's office says it terminated 2 deputies for severe breach of duty and process and suspended 5 for negligence. It says it's also implementing new procedures to prevent more mistaken releases.
And if they followed the existing policies, Khalil Bryant would still be in custody. So, I don't know if the change in policies is a real accomplishment.